Hello viewers, a very good afternoon. My name is Ronald. Welcome Makusha. Welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network, where we give you the latest trending news in the nation of Zimbabwe, Africa and beyond. So we are covering exclusively in the nation of Zimbabwe without fear, without favor. And we don't care who you are. What we do is that we just come with the news and tell and inform the people of Zimbabwe what is really happening. So Advocate Nelson Chamisa, the president of the Citizens Coalition for Change, had an opportunity to interact with the Zimbabwe Defense Forces cadres, and he issued a statement celebrating together with them. Today, we all know that today is Zimbabwe Defense Forces Day, and it is a very important day in the nation of Zimbabwe, or in the history of Zimbabwe, where we are celebrating, we are commemorating the defense forces of the Republic of Zimbabwe. And Advocate Nelson Chamisa wrote to them. Let me put it on right on the screen so that you understand what he really said as we speak. Let me put it on the screen. I hope you'll be able to read. So he said that he salutes the Zimbabwe Defense Forces and also acknowledges their committed service and their patriotism towards the people of Zimbabwe under difficult and extreme conditions we have in the nation of Zimbabwe. They are trying their level best. They are working so hard as a force. He went on to speak about the police service, the soldiers, the prison service, the intelligence service, and he mentioned that these are the badges of patriotism and symbols of the state and embodiment, and also they represent the collective will of the people of Zimbabwe. And he went on to say the security forces are above the politics and any party as an individual. They stand for a country as a whole, not for a political organization. He went on to say that we, except in rare moments when partisan politics toxifies the esteemed defense forces establishment with pride and honor, we salute and women in uniform for their versatility and adaptiveness in defending national and regional security. So that is what is very important. This is positive message to the defense forces and to the people of Zimbabwe. So you can actually see that he always speak about the good of our fighting soldiers, about our defense forces, and he went on to compose a very lovely song, and he said, "We love Zimbabwe and all its wealth. Stand up, tinoda Zimbabwe noupfumi hwose. Vanamai nana baba ndimo mavari. Simuka Zimbabwe. Sifuna iZimbabwe linoto yako yonke. Bobaba lobamama yini abanikazi bomnoto welizwe Pakama Zimbabwe." This is a very beautiful song penned by Advocate Nelson Chamisa. And as a nation, we just fought a just war of liberation, and the dedication, sacrifice, and patriotism of the sons and daughters of this land deserve our veneration and utmost respect. We are a liberation nation, a freedom nation, and warrior nation, and God-fearing nation. So to those who are actually saying Nelson Chamisa is against the national events and so forth, they are being proven wrong because of what Advocate Nelson Chamisa is saying in his statement. As you can see right there on the screen, I have tried to actually give you the much important points he made from that speech. And he spoke about the prosperity, the discipline, the progressive, and the resources we have here in the nation of Zimbabwe, the successes we have after the independence. And you can actually see that Zimbabwe is now lived as an example in the region. Despite political and economic challenges, the Zimbabwe Defense Forces remain one of the most exemplary force in terms of defense mechanisms, although it is under-resourced by the government in which we have. So Advocate Nelson Chamisa went on to mention that whereas the courts are the guardians and guarantors of justice and rule of law, our security forces are the guarantors of our sovereignty, territorial integrity, citizens' dignity, and liberty. He went on to differentiate the roles which must be played by each and every force or each and every organ of the state, which means the justice system or the courts, they have their specific role as outlined by Advocate Nelson Chamisa, and the military and or the defense forces do have their specific role in terms of the sovereignty, the territorial integrity, the citizens' dignity, and also the liberties. And this is a clear message. And he said that the Zimbabwe Defense Forces should be the protectors of the national resources and the protectors of the national heritage, the protector of independence, and the protector of citizens, and in general, our people, and the sovereignty and dignity as a people. So this is a very important message, and nobody can actually take this way away from Advocate Nelson Chamisa. So whatever the Zimbabwe Defense Forces is doing, he said that they must do it for the benefit of the beloved country, not for the benefit of political leaders or individual politicians. Because politicians, they come, politicians, they serve and they leave. And but Zimbabwe remain Zimbabwe, citizens remain citizens. So as institutions, patriotism is not partisan. Patriotism is begin by recognizing each and every political individual or entity within the borders of Zimbabwe. That's a very important message we have taken note of here. So you went on to speak about the respect and honor of our national pride. That is the institutions themselves. They must be respected, that we have the national pride, and we have respect and honor of everything we have in a nation or as a nation. He went on to speak about the challenges and the circumstances and the predicaments in terms of resources, livelihoods, and welfare, because you can actually see that in terms of the salaries, in terms of the savings, in terms of the welfare, basic welfare of the people of Zimbabwe, the defense forces are not excluded, and he addressed that aspect very well. However, he commended them for their efforts to continue to volunteer to actually protect the nation of Zimbabwe despite those challenges which they are facing. He went on to say that we honor and respect you by shaming and condemning those who seek to undermine the great you have been for our country. We will honor and respect you by advocating and providing decent wages, living conditions, and commensurate with the pivotal and vital role you play. So he addressed the issue of salaries, which is very important, the issue of wages and the conditions of living. That is very, very important. You can actually say that this is a very pregnant message to the defense forces, because the role they play, the peace they enjoy in Zimbabwe, it comes from the Zimbabwe Defense Forces. Their roles, their specific roles in their different departments, and that is what is very, very important. He addressed that issue. He went on to say, most importantly, at an individual level, you are part and parcel of the citizens. You are citizens. As we coalesce for the historic change, we do so with you as citizens and together with your grandparents, parents, children, and all relatives scattered around the country. Advocate Nelson Chamisa went on to recognize that above everything else, the people who work in the defense forces, they are citizens of this country. That is very important for us to note, and he acknowledged their role as citizens, and encompassing their families, their relatives, and their friends together. So he went on to urge to the Zimbabwe Defense Forces to be the protectors, the guarantors of citizens' freedoms, citizens' free rights to free speech and association, which is very, very important. We've seen some police elements denying citizens access to the freedom of association, to the freedom of speech, and so forth. And he urged them to make sure that he respect those rights. And his government is going to commit that they are going to work for the transformation, the betterment, and development of Zimbabwe as a nation for the benefit of the citizens, the government, and establishing a patriotic government. So he said that the citizens' government will not go back on the values for which the war veterans sacrificed, values of right to self-determination, right to vote, rights to mineral wealth, rights to land. With title deeds, we stand shoulder to shoulder in the saving of this great nation. So this is a very important message to say. The people of Zimbabwe, their rights must be respected, and these rights emanate from having land, access to land, having title to your land. That is ownership of land. That was the key element during the liberation struggle, and also the right to vote and the right to have access to the minerals we have in the nation of Zimbabwe. At this moment, only a few individuals do have access to those minerals, while the rest are suffering. Advocate Nelson Chamisa is saying that together with the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, they must ensure that that right is respected. So he also went on to say that be assured that there is no reversal of the land acquisition, which means the land which is in possession of the people of Zimbabwe, the land we always celebrate about to say we own our land as a nation, although individuals do not own the land. He went on to say that there is no way they are going to allow anybody to tamper with that land, and what they are going to do is to extend ownership to the general populace of the people of Zimbabwe, and that is a very, very important message. So you can actually see that he went on to end by saluting the people of Zimbabwe who gave their children, their brothers, their sisters, mothers and fathers, uncles and aunts to liberate and protect this great nation, Zimbabwe. And I encouraged everybody to say, let us build and work together for the betterment and the prosperous Zimbabwe. And God bless our security forces. So these are the important issues raised by Advocate Nelson Chamisa. If you go to his Twitter handle, that is where he posted this very important information. And I made a decision to come and summarize it for you. We couldn't read paragraph by paragraph because it would take more time for us to do so. So I just tried to summarize the points. You can visit his Twitter handle and be able to see. So for those who can't have or who don't have access to Twitter, if you know my number, please come to my inbox and I will give you the thread from my inbox. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. My number is 078-444-0788. You can only do WhatsApp. It works only for WhatsApp, nothing else. So for those who can't access Twitter, I'm free to actually come and give you the whole thread through WhatsApp. So thank you very much for coming, Team Zimbabwe. This is what Advocate President Nelson Chamisa said about the Zimbabwe Defense Forces Day. So we have seen a lot of people, opposition people from ZANU-PF. They are saying that Chamisa does not respect these days, does not partake in whatever is happening. But I have seen that Advocate Nelson Chamisa is doing what he's supposed to do as a leader. That is to respect, to uphold, and to make sure that he recognizes these important dates, and that is what is very important. So we'll continue to give you information about whatever is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe, in the politics of Zimbabwe, up to 2023, as long as we are alive, as long as we are able to come. We'll continue to come each and every day. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your contributions. Please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe, and also turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out each and every time we will be going live, because we are doing this up to 2023 elections. My name is Ronald Wekwa Makusha.